our social media handle Twitter at NTA News Now, our Facebook page at NTA Network News, and our YouTube at NTA Live. We'll take another break here. Nationwide will continue with Sadia in Sokoto after this break.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, CFR, invites all honorable ministers, head of the Civil Service of the Federation, permanent secretaries, and top government functionaries to a 2-day midterm ministerial review retreat to be presided by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The retreat is scheduled as follows. Date, Monday 17th to Tuesday 18th October 2022. Venue, State House Conference Center, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. daily. The objectives of the third-year ministerial performance review retreat include the following. Review the performance of ministries in delivering the ministerial mandates signed in 2019. Identify and propose solutions towards resolving key impediments to implementation and re-strategize on how to accelerate the delivery of results along the 9 priority areas of the administration, especially as it is winding down. Accreditation of participants for the retreat will commence at the venue on Saturday 15th and Sunday 16th October 2022 from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Attendance is mandatory and strictly by invitation. Please note that there will be rapid COVID-19 tests for all participants at the accreditation venue on Saturday and Sunday. Announcer James Sule, Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, welcomes President and Heads of Government, the UNESCO Director General, Ms. Audrey Azoula, and other UN officials, foreign ministers, ambassadors, international dignitaries, and members of the Federal Executive Council to the UNESCO Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2022 with the theme Nurturing Trust, a Media and Information Literacy Imperative. Date 24th to 31st October 2022. Opening session 24th October 2022 at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Time 3 p.m. The other sessions of the Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2022 will take place at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, MNI, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer.
A new edition of TV Guide is out, featuring an impeccable personality with purposeful leadership, Alhaji Muhammad Meitakobi, the Executive National President of Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria.
In 774 local governments, will be able to put all our structures in everywhere. I'll be able to bring the regions members together, reconcile them to come and work for the progress of the association.
Welcome to a world of fun and excitement as we also present an assemblage of professionals in the media space. Some compelling NTA programs, current trends in the fashion world, ICT, sports, entertainment, and lots more. Get a copy at the vendor near you or any NTA station nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Friday, November 11, 2022. History will be made in the maiden edition of the Nigerian Marketing Awards.
Are you ready? It's happening live at the prestigious Eko Convention Center, Lagos, from 6 p.m.
It's a night where excellence and hard work will be rewarded in grand style. Be a part of this amazing experience. Save the date. The Nigerian Marketing Awards is internationally accredited by the Independent Awards Standards Council.
In Sokoto. The Kebbi State Police Command is deploying new strategies to aid investigation in tune with the new trend in global policing. This was a thrust of discussion at a workshop organized by the State Criminal Investigation Department of the Command in Birnin Kebbi, the Kebbi State capital. Osman Abdullahi reports.
Observers in the nation's dispensation of justice system have often found at the shoddy investigation of very serious cases by the police considered a critical partner in that regard. The workshop organized by the command was to ensure that those saddled with the responsibility of conducting thorough investigation on cases that are criminal in nature do so with diligence and professionalism. The Kebbi State Commissioner of Police Ahmad Magaji Kontagora, who described the event as timely, charged the participants to remain focused as conviction can only be secured in the situation where crime of suspect are thoroughly investigated using global best practices strategies.
The Kebbi State Police Command, under my watch, will continue to organize workshops, seminars, and conferences, not only in the areas of investigation and prosecution of cases, but civility to members of the public, crowd control, musketry, as well as electoral laws, with a view to refreshing the memory of its personnel to discharge their duties effectively.
Other officers who spoke at the occasion lauded the organizers. In a related development, about 50 million naira was disbursed as support to support 21 families of officers who lost their precious lives in the line of duty.
This is to take care of the welfare of the serving personnel and the families of the deceased officers. Today's event is an assurance to the next of kin of the deceased police officers that the force will always take care of her own.
Samuel Duru Jadaka, who spoke on behalf of the beneficiaries, expressed appreciation over the gesture.
We sincerely appreciate them for the encouragement, for being with us, even when it happens.
And Birnin Kebbi, Usman Abdullah Shehu, NTA News.
Impacting modern techniques of farming to local farmers by agricultural extension workers has been described as key to attaining sustainable food security in Nigeria. This was the position of stakeholders at a two-day training workshop for extension workers in Birnin Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital. Correspondent Ibrahim Hamidu reports.
From the inception of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, sustainable food production through mechanized farming remains top on the list of his agenda. To achieve that, agricultural extension workers play a key role in ensuring the need to have their knowledge constantly updated. That explains the convergence in Birnin Kebbi, where the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, in collaboration with National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services, organized a two-day training workshop for 50 agricultural extension workers.
Cannot achieve agriculture without extension services because you need to send a message to the farmer. And how do you send that message through an extension officer?
Training has seriously changed the mindsets of our youths and women. That is in the production of rice, as I earlier said. Our capacities were well built. There are recent innovations in agriculture development that were carried along.
The participants expressed optimism that with such type of training, Kebbi will remain the state to beat in rice production.
With the training we got here, we are going back to our localities and train our farmers one by one. At times, we even go into their farms to train them the modern ways of what we have been trained here.
We really improve with what we have from the training, and I promise them that when we go back, they will really develop based on their agricultural production.
The training is third in a row conducted by the ministry on different aspects of agricultural production across the country. In Birnin Kebbi, Ibrahim Hamidu, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's now back to Lani in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Sadia. Now, the attention of the management of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has been drawn yet again to the activities of fraudsters who are going about scamming and defrauding desperate job seekers with fake offer of job placement in FIRS for a fee. The Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, in a statement wishes to stress that FIRS is now recruiting, and whenever it wishes to do so, all channels of communication will be utilized to pass the information. The general public is once again called upon to be wary of the activities of the scammers and stay clear of them to avoid unpleasant consequences. The management of FIRS is not under any obligation to answer to any matter arising from the activities of scammers or fraudsters and will not be liable in anyway. Now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, is inculcating new values in its leadership to ensure success in its mandate of cleansing the country of drugs. Abdul Malik Hassan reports.
The fight against illicit drug and trafficking has been on for quite some time, and for about 2 years now, the results in curbing the organized crime is seen as remarkable. Although tough and a challenging one to tackle, the methods deployed by the Mara-led leadership is making impact.
With all the successes happening, there are members of the community outside who understand they are working genuinely and they are giving them information to help. So relationship must be very mutual within as well as outside. And when I talk about the management we're training them, is for them to be very good leaders. They are leaders.
Femi Baba Femi, the image maker of the agency, also needs more knowledge, so taking part in this workshop for greater contributions to his job.
This is just like improving the capacity of the officers and men of the agency that will enable them to be more effective and efficient in their output, and that also ultimately affects the outcome of what they do. That is the performance of the agency ultimately. That we believe will go around all the country, will go around all the commands, all the structures of the agency across the country.
Intellectual capacity is here tested. High expectations required from the participants for more success in the war against the drug lords. Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
Now, the Martin Luther Agwai Leadership and Peacekeeping Center has commenced training of armed forces personnel of African countries on countering piracy to consolidate on achievements that have translated in the decrease of recorded cases of sea piracy in the Gulf of Guinea in the last 6 months. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has the story.
The Gulf of Guinea, previously a notorious maritime domain due to piracy, is currently experiencing relative peace thanks to regional cooperation. This training by the Martin Luther Agwai Leadership and Peacekeeping Center is meant to consolidate on these achievements.
The counter-piracy project, which is being implemented by the center, will assist the Gulf of Guinea region to further strengthen their institutional effectiveness, inclusiveness, accountability, transparency, and responsiveness.
This project is one of the Japan's contribution to capacity building, and we hope that the knowledge acquired by the 30 trainees will improve safety in the Gulf of Guinea.
It brings together African Armed Forces personnel to participate in Course 3 of the counter-piracy program.
I see this course as a forum designed to discuss ways to stem the tide of attacks, as well as to profile more cross-cutting efforts that will incorporate preventive, deterrent, and collaborative measures against piracy.
Participants will be required to bring their various experiences, competencies, and expertise to bear.
The dynamics of crime requires in Abuja. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
As the world enters the final decade of meeting sustainable development goals, stakeholders have commended Nigeria's efforts at implementing the National Multi-Sectoral Plan of Action for Food and Nutrition 2021 to 2025. This came up at the National Nutrition Data Results Conference in Abuja. Basi Itaipang reports.
Despite the challenges of COVID-19, speakers noted that the federal government has, in collaboration with partners, made significant progress in expanding the availability of national and subnational data to guide nutrition decisions. The conference, which aligns with the African Union of Nutrition, noted from a bottom-up perspective, the implementation of Nigeria's flagship project at Accelerating Nutrition, supported by the World Bank, has generated results.
Today, more women are exclusively breastfeeding their children up to 6 months. We're also seeing that there is more support for women to attend antenatal care services. However, we are not seeing enough progress in terms of what our children are eating once they turn 6 months. And this is critically important if we want to reverse the trend of malnutrition in the country.
The aim of the conference is to develop key documents and assess progress of the ongoing efforts to strengthen nutrition value chain in Nigeria.
Well, Nigeria is going to chart a new course in the way they address nutrition problems in the country, because with adequate nutrition data now they can target, both in terms of funding, in terms of beneficiaries of their program, so that the real multifarious factors that are causing nutrition problems can be addressed.
One of the issues that we need to address is the fact that we have a lot of data now. How do we make the best use of this data to inform policy and decisions?
The conference is expected to bring out a call to action document within the context of agreed national nutrition framework. The conference was organized by the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and Planning, with support from civil societies scaling up nutrition in Nigeria. Basi Taikba, NTA News.
The Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission is putting finishing touches to preparations ahead of the 2022 pilgrimage to Israel and the Kingdom of Jordan. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Reverend Yakubu Pam, made this known while interacting with the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, in Abuja. He assures of the Commission's readiness at all times to partner with various stakeholders for a seamless pilgrimage exercise. And the euphoria that comes with the recent National Honours Award conferred by President Buhari is seen by many as something that can spur the recipients to step up more efforts in bringing about the needed upliftments of the country. This is coming from leadership of the Muslim community, who say Abuja, whose 6 members were among the awardees. Apart from the high expectations, the recipients have been reminded that Islam as a religion is also expecting them to justify the recognition by delivering exemplary lifestyle to bring about more of humanity support initiatives.
I would like to put that I'm obviously a good ambassador of this school, because you gave me the opportunity to be who I am today, starting being one of the persons.
To continue to serve humanity to the best of our ability. The rewards is from God. Whatever is given to us in terms of recognition is just a superficial beginning.
When I was in service, I prayed, may God give somebody better than me so that the system can grow.
Members of the community who backed OON include Senator Umar and a member of the House of Representatives, Hafiz Muhammad Kawu, Chief Imam, Tajuddin Mohammed Bello, and Ambassador Ahmed Umar, while Comptroller General Nigeria Customs Service Colonel Hamid Gott, CFR, and former Comptroller Nigeria Immigration Service Muhammad Babandedi backed OFR. Time now to join the sports desk for sports updates.
Nigeria secured its first victory at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India after a 4-0 victory over New Zealand at the Fatoda Stadium with goals from Aminat Bello, Miracle Usani, Taiwo Afolabi and Edidiong Etam.
Afolabi, oh, magnificent!
Off in the Premier League live broadcast continues live at 2:30 p.m.